In the Pledge of Allegiance.
Yes, sir. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Call this Tuesday, August 8th, 2023 meeting to order. Make a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Chair will make a motion to approve the consent agenda A through I.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion on those? I didn't see anything in there that was out of the ordinary except the Steamboat Soccer Club trying to come and continue the kids' soccer throughout a month in the fall that's going on in the city right now. So that's pretty cool. All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. All right. Next is public comment. Public comment. If you have a public comment, you would sit in the chair and turn. I think they're all turned on and speak into the microphone. State your name, and if you live in Moffat County, and then also talk about anything your heart desires. You have 3 minutes, and during public comment. And so, anybody want to talk in public comment? Jonathan.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Commissioners. My name is Jonathan Lambert. I just wanted to come by and formally introduce myself in my new role. I am now the Area Wildlife Manager for this area, Meeker, Craig, Rangeley, Northwest Corner, coming in behind Bill DeVergy, who retired in April. And so I do live in Craig here. I've lived here since 2015, and I will continue to live here and base out of the Meeker area. And then following the meeting today, I'll email all of you with my contact information. So I just wanted to come introduce myself.
Yeah, appreciate that. And worked with Jonathan for many years. He'd be a great asset to Parks and Wildlife in his new role. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Anybody else for public comment? Mr. Beck?
This is new. So this on? Is that on?
It's on.
Five.
Good morning. I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Ray Beck, former Moffat County Commissioner. I just wanted to say thank you guys for supporting the Northwest Colorado Energy Summit, first annual that we had here in Craig back in June, and I hope that we can count on you guys' support for next year. Next year it's going to be in Montrose, Colorado, and the dates are to be determined, but we're potentially looking at the 27th and 28th. So if that changes, you guys will get an email for it. Of June of next year.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Appreciate it, Ray. Appreciate all your work in that.
Yep.
Anybody else for public comment? Going once. It's your last chance. All right, we'll move on. Any general discussion from my fellow commissioners? You have any comment? Okay. We do have a public hearing at 8:45, so we're going to try to knock out a couple things prior. Ms. Miller, do you want to come and we'll do the request of waiving the bid process for the fire control system for the Public Safety Center, and then to award that contract for the Public Safety Center fire control system to commercial specialists.
Good morning. So I am asking that we waive the bid process for the updating and replacement of some of the fire control system at the Public Safety Center. This company is the company who did the original system, and there's no one else available. They were the only company who responded to the request for some pricing. And so, and with them knowing the existing system and being the only one available, it just makes sense that we go with this organization. So I'm asking to waive the bid process and award them in the amount of $82,210.17.
Okay. Any questions from the commissioners? Is this just an upgrade to what we got?
Yes.
It's mostly parts replacement, right?
I'm sorry?
It's mostly parts replacement?
Yep.
Like failing and older?
Yep.
20 years old or more than 20 years old?
Correct.
That's what happens when you pay a building off, right?
Right.
That's exactly what happens.
Right. Mr. Chair, I would move to waive the bid process for fire control system at the Public Safety Center.
A motion to waive the bid process for the Public Safety Center. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
And Mr. Chair, I would move to award the contract for the Public Safety Center fire control system to Commercial Specialists Incorporated for $82,210.17.
Okay, a motion and a second to approve or award the contract for the Public Safety Center to Fire Control Systems in the amount of $82,210.17. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Aye. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Roy, how fast are you? You got 8 minutes. I don't want to rush you though.
Okay.
A little bit I do, actually.
A little bit.
I've got a couple items for you. First one is change order number 7 for BHI for the courthouse project. These items you can see on the list there. Let's see if she'll scroll through. I'll just run through it real quick. One is winter conditions. This is for all the ground heating, fuel, labor involved to get us through all that work. That was $229,228. There were a number of changes that we did, field directives, as we moved in. The largest one was all of the extra concrete we added around the maintenance shop. That out of that number, that was $160,600.
Out of the 298.
Yeah. And then the last 3 items have to do with getting out to US 40, the valley pan, some additional landscaping we had to add up there because we had to cross on a McDonald's property to make the radius into US 40. All that work is underway. So most of this work is underway or is completed. We're just trying to get caught up with BHI. Total amount of the change order is $625,584.33.
Mr. Chair, I would move to approve the change order for BHI number 7 in the amount of $625,584.33 as presented.
Motion and second. Further discussion? I get, when you do a $20 million project, most of the time your change orders are going to be 20, maybe even 30%.
Yeah.
I think we've reached that pretty close anyway in change orders over the last 7 orders, right? I guess my question is we're almost wrapping up. We're almost done. Do you see any more of these change orders coming?
There'll be one more. It won't be anything near this size.
Okay.
I should also say that the bulk of our change orders has to do with the CDS award that was being diverted to site work. So change order 5, change order 2, and this one. Mm-hmm. largely is paid for out of the CDS award.
For sure, for sure. And I mean, things come up, right? We don't have so things come up and things change. And okay. Any further questions? No? All right. All in favor for the change order number 7 to BHI?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Okay, next item. Everybody knows, as you know, we've got the 3 properties we vacated for sale. We have an offer on 551 Tucker Street, which was the old Employee Health and Wellness Clinic. The offer is from Northwest Colorado Center for Independence, and the offer price is $205,000 with $1,000 earnest money. Closing date of September 8th.
Wow, it's fast.
And they have provided proof of funds, and anyway, we were asking $199. I'd recommend that we accept this offer.
Okay. And we've had a couple or another offer too, and so this offer, first one kind of fell through a little bit, and some people looking. So I'm glad that it will go to a great use. So. What's the board's pleasure?
Well, I'll make a motion to accept the $205,000 from Northwest Colorado Center of Independence.
Okay.
For 551 Tucker Street.
I'll second.
Okay, we've got a motion on the table to accept the offer from Northwest Colorado Center of Independence for the amount of $205,000 for 551 Tucker Street. Any further discussion? Questions? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Okay.
I know they're represented here today too, so we'll work through that process. Yep. Is that all you have, Roy?
Yep. Thank you.
All right. So we are going to take a 3-minute recess, and then we'll get into our public hearing at 8:45. All right. It is 8:45. I know. All right. So we're going to go into a public hearing concerning planning and zoning. First one is a temporary use permit for Trapper Mine, T-23-01. The applicant wants to establish 10 RV hookup sites to accommodate his workforce needs or their workforce needs. This agenda was advertised in the Craig Press on July 21st, 2023. The second one is application for Road Alley Vacation, Foster Beckett RV-23-02. This location is in town site of Great Divide. The applicant wants to vacate the improved streets and alleys to adjust the existing property lines, which will allow the landowner to utilize their property to the fullest.
Unimproved. Unimproved streets and alleys.
Okay, did I say approved? Improved? Okay, unimproved, sorry. And so we're going to open the public hearing. I think we'll take both of them during public hearing, and then we will come out of public hearing and make a motion on both of them, okay, once we do that. So once the public hearing has been declared, I will ask Candace Miller, Planning and Zoning Coordinator, to present to the Board of County Commissioners the request as submitted. Once the presentation is complete, the commissioners may ask questions or make comments. I will then ask the audience if there's anyone who wants to testify either for or against. Any citizen of Moffat County may testify once the public hearing has been declared and all the information has been presented. For those who want to testify, you will be asked to approach the commissioners, state your name for the record, and will be given 3 minutes to present your testimony, either for or against. Erin Miller will be the timekeeper today. She will notify the Board of County Commissioners and the speaker that 20 seconds remain before your time is up. No decisions will be made during the public hearing. This is an opportunity for you to provide testimony in favor or in opposition of the proposed request. The commissioners have the option of asking questions or answering questions related to the topic during the hearing process. Once all testimony has been heard, the public hearing will be declared closed and we will go back into regular session, and I will refer back to the board for discussion and decision on said proposals. So we will declare this public hearing in session. And Candace Miller, if you would come. We'll start with Trapper Mine, if that's okay. Is anybody from Trapper Mine present here today? I don't think so. Okay.
Okay, so this the temporary use application is good for 1 year. So they are looking to add a 10-site RV hookup on the Trapper Mine property, where they have some existing resources to do so. Water. Through the planning board, we approved this with the. They had already talked to Marlin at the city, but we approved this. So once the water system is determined, they do have some water tanks there, and whether or not that's going to be, surface ran or if they're going to bury that, they'll work with Marlin on any permitting required for that. So that was the only condition to that. But other than that, it was a pretty straightforward. They are within the written rules on the temporary. They are able to reapply for 2 additional 12-month periods if they determine that this is something that's beneficial to them. Obviously, the lack of housing or even temporary hotels and those types of things is not, it's just not available. So this was one way for them to provide some additional options for their workforce. So this first year was kind of see how it goes and determine on whether or not this is something they continue for 3 years.
Okay.
For up to 3 years.
Any discussion, questions for Candace before we open it to public comment?
Not on this one.
Mr. Burns? No.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
If there's anyone that wants to testify either for or against the temporary RV parking at Trapper Mine, this is your opportunity to stand and speak for or against. Anyone? For or against? Okay, hearing none, I think all I would say is I think this is a position that a lot of these big employers are in that position, and it's on their property, and I'm sure that they're going to maintain it and take care of it and do those things. So, okay. Hearing none, we'll move right into the next one.
So this application for road and alley vacation from Foster Beckett, he is in Great Divide, and he owns lots 1 through 16 of Block 3, and he is looking to vacate the unimproved alleyways and the unimproved 3rd Street, 2nd Street, and then Volney Avenue between 2nd and 3rd Street. As with our last vacation, these roads were never improved upon based on the way they were originally platted. By vacating these, we are releasing that surface easement to those property owners. So basically, he's going to split the 100 feet of Volney Avenue between his property and the property just north of him. And the 80 feet to the east of him, which is, he will get that entire 80 feet because the property next to them is not in Great Divide. So basically that'll all kind of fall under his, that easement will disappear. And then to the west, 2nd Avenue actually kind of runs along County Road 5. So, and through this process, and sorry, I should back up a little bit, the procedures for this is notifying all the adjacent property owners. I did go a step further to notify all of the property owners of Great Divide because it is such a small community, just kind of letting everyone know what's going on. I did hear back, and there was zero, nobody was opposed to it. It's a pretty, simple, straightforward process. But in looking at the way that County Road 5 comes up County Road 2, we did write in the easement for the County Road 5. So the 30 foot from center